Hello, this video is to show you how to complete your practical exam here in CIT 12. We use the Grader projects system in my IT lab, which means that this will not be a simulation. You'll actually be using the version of Word that is installed on your computer in order to complete the exam. Now, you don't need to have the latest version of Word, but if you don't have the latest version of Word for PC, then some of the buttons may not be in the exact same place. There'll be some changes from what you saw in the simulation to what you'll actually see on your computer. But I want to tell you that you can solve this. Both will work. Any version of Office, I assume so long as it's not super, super old from the 1990s or something, all versions of Office should work to actually complete the assignment. It just may be that the locations of things will be slightly different. And so this is an open book exam. Feel free to use the internet to find, I know that I clicked on this button to find out, where the border elements were or something. Where do I find it in my version? And so in some ways it's kind of nice because you'll get to learn the version of Word that you happen to own, as opposed to the one represented in the simulations. I will throw out, though, that you've got 2 weeks to complete this. And so if you want the exact same experience that you saw in the simulations and you don't own the latest version of Microsoft Office, all of our labs have Office 2013 installed in them. So the lab at the library and the lab in business education all have Office 2013. And so you can complete these assignments there anytime over the next 2 weeks. Just come on in and everything will be set up. You can do these exact instructions. In fact, you can even see this video to sort of help remind you and take care of stuff in the lab. And you'll have the exact same experience. But you don't have to have the latest version, and you don't actually have to come in onto campus to experience it. Any version of Office should work. All right, so to get there, we're going to go to My IT Lab and click on the link. Now I've already clicked on it, so here I'm in a course. Now I see extra stuff that you don't see, but just ignore that for right now. And so here's our Word Volume 1 Grader project. So it's the Grader project feature that will be for our practical exam. To start the process, just click. And that will open a new window. And in that new window, you will see a place where you can download some files. And then it will have a place where you can upload those files. Now, these files are sort of unique. When you download the file, you'll get actually a set of files because you need to insert some pictures and stuff. But the file that you'll be working on is an actual Word file, right? And you're going to be working on it in your own local version of Word. But when you download it, it also has a digital signature on that file that's tied to your account, which means that if you were to download this file and then share it with somebody else, and then they were to upload that file, then it will actually flag us that you are attempting to cheat. So while we definitely can't, especially in the online courses, prevent people from assisting one another, giving hints and talking about stuff, you must actually do the work yourself. Otherwise, it will show that you have been cheating. So I'm warning you ahead of time about that so that you don't think you could get away with something very quickly and then suddenly there's a academic integrity situation that we need to deal with. All right, so download files. We're going to do that by clicking on download files. Like I said, there's a few different files here. The instructions actually giving you, all the steps you need to do. You'll also see them listed over here. And the grader file itself, this is the one you'll be editing, as well as some other things, addresses for making labels, because that's one of the things that we learned over the last several weeks. Some images to insert, things like that. All right, I'm just going to hit download all files, and that will come across as a zip, which is just a compression of all the files sort of put together. And so we will need to uncompress it. Now it's already downloaded because it's a fairly small thing, Word files. So I'm going to hit close and return and go down here. And this is where my downloads go from my computer. for your computer, they may go to a different place. So go to wherever your downloads folder is on your computer and double click on the zip folder. And that will turn it into a folder that has all the different files right there for you. Now, the first file you should open are the instructions. Without those, it'll be hard to do anything else. All right, and so here it's actually opening up in my version of Word. And again, you'll notice I'm using an old version of Word for Macintosh, which doesn't look anything like what you saw in the simulations. But even with this version, I will still be able to complete the tasks that I need to complete. Now, by the way, this window, you don't have to leave it up. You can actually close it. So long as you go back to the greater project and upload these files later, you'll be fine. And in fact, one of the things that will be nice about this is that I know people may have some trust issues with my IT lab right now. Once you download these files and work on them, they're actually on your computer. They're saved for you, right? So you can, if you're working in a lab, make sure you save to a pen drive anything that you're working on so that you don't lose it. But you'll actually always have it, so you can just resend it to me or email it to me. We'll always have a backup in case something were to go wrong. But ideally, once you're done, you'll upload the file, and once you upload the file, then it will be graded for you automatically, and life will be good. But we can actually go ahead. I'm going to hit return to course. I'm going to assume that you're going to go through this at some point, over the course of several days, and then just go back and upload the files. So here we are in the instructions. First instruction, start Word. Okay, job done, because I had to open up Word in order to see these instructions. Download and open the file named go wcap1 greater.docx. All right, so I'm going to go to File and Open. And I happen to already be here in my downloads folder, but go to your downloads folder, go to starting materials. Here is the file, go wcap1 greater.docx. That is the file that I need to edit. So I'm going to open it. And here we are. Now I'm going to arrange my windows so that I'm sort of comfortable and I can bounce between the two easily and effectively. So I might just shrink this one up a little bit so that's kind of all the way over to the edge. However you normally work, how you arrange your workspace is sort of personal and up to you. But now I can kind of see both documents and I can bounce between the two pretty easily. Let's go ahead and get started. In fact, if you follow along here, you're going to have the answers for the first two actual activities. It says be sure that formatting marks is displayed. That's this little button here. You probably remember from training. Obviously, it's worth 0 points because it doesn't actually, once you send the file, it won't know whether or not you did that. But it's a good idea to do it because it'll tell you where those paragraph markers are at the ends of things, as well as it puts little dots in for all the spaces. So you'll know if you have extra spaces at the end of a paragraph. That'll be important in step 3. So we've got the file open. We've got our paragraph markers on. On page 1, select the first line and increase the font size to 28 points. And then some other stuff. I'm going to just handle this right now so I don't have to worry about it. It said 28. Boom, done. Change the font size of the next 4 lines to 12 points. All right, so I'm going to then highlight. Oops, don't want to get that line. Just these 4 and switch it over to 12. Job done. We're done with step 2. By the way, you could actually print these out if you wanted to, like on physical paper, and then cross them off. I'm sure that would feel quite good to just, scratch things out as you complete them. So step 3, select the first 5 lines of the document and change the font to Arial Rounded MT Bold. Now Arial is a font that you will always have installed on your system if you have Office installed on your system. So I've selected the first 5 lines. I'm going to switch these to Arial Rounded MT Bold. Done. And then, then with the text selected, I should have read that part. Well, if I go back, hey, look, it is still selected. I can just reselect it, right? It's the nice thing about not being in a simulation. So long as I get it to work, it'll be fine. And then display the borders and shading dialog box, and then I need to create some sort of border. All right, so now for most of you, if you remember from the simulation, you'll go to the paragraph group, and somewhere there you'll find the border and shadings, and there's a little thing on the Mac. I'm going to have to go to Format. I think I go to Format. Do I go to Format? Where is it on this thing? Oh, borders and shading. Yeah, I was correct. Format. And that will open up this box, which hopefully looks familiar to you. Again, just on Mac, it's in a different location, but we can still solve the problem. And then I need it to be, oh, now I'm bouncing between a lot of windows here. Oh, it won't even let me switch over. So I need it to be 6 points. So width, 6 point. It wanted the color to be automatic, and it wants it to be on the left side of the paragraph, or the places that I've selected. So left side, 6 point, automatic color. I think we're good. I'm going to hit OK. Hey, look, I got a line there. Hopefully that's the line that they wanted, which in this case I'm pretty sure that it is the line that they wanted. And then in the paragraph that begins, if you have any, select the second sentence and move it to the beginning of the paragraph. All right, so go back over here. Sorry, it told me what page. I should read the instructions. In the paragraph that begins, did it tell me what page? If you have any, select the second sentence. It didn't. All right. If you have any, if you have it, oh, if you have any, right here. Boom. So in this paragraph, I'll highlight it here. Select the second sentence and move it to the beginning of the paragraph. Adjust spacing as necessary so that there are no extra blank spaces at the end of the paragraph. All right. So then I want to take the second sentence. So here's my period. I'm going to grab that all the way to this period, and then I'm just going to click and drag until that insertion point is to the left of the if. Perfect. Now I notice it didn't put a space in between these two. I'm going to assume that it wants one space in between the two sentences, and then it says that I should adjust spacing as necessary so there are no blank spaces at the end of the paragraph. Hey, look, there's a period and then one of those little dots that represents a space and then the paragraph marker. So I am going to make sure that my, oops, well, hey, I have no spaces before the end of the paragraph. It's just period and then paragraph marker. All right, so that is job done for number 3. Cross that one off, move on to 4. And you would do this all the way through to the end, which is at 26. Now I've only done, what, 2 and 3, so 5 points worth of actual work, but we're going to end it here. I'll leave the rest for you. So I've got this document at the end. It's going to say save and close, exit Word. I don't need to worry about any of the other documents. I only need to worry about this one, right? The one that I'm actually editing. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to close this one out. In fact, I can even close out the instructions because now we are going back to my IT lab. And it's the next day. I just click on my grader project, just like before. But now I don't need to download the files. I already downloaded the files. They are signed with the little digital signature from my account. I'm just going to choose Upload File, Browse. Now everything for me was stored in Downloads. So I'm going to choose Downloads, Starting Material, and this is the grader file that I was editing. So I'm going to choose Open, Upload. Please wait, please wait. But now notice, since this is my own computer, I have that file saved. So if anything goes wrong, I know I've got it, right? I could try to re-upload. I could email it to the instructor, which would be me. So it's a good thing to have it. Now right here it says, your file has been successfully uploaded, but you must, all caps, they mean business, also click the Finish Submit for Grading button to send the file to my IT Lab grader for processing. So that button's right here. I will click this, and it will say, grades are not yet available. Your assignment is currently being graded. Well, that doesn't sound right, but it is right. It's actually just being coy about the fact that it instantly graded it. And when I hit return to course, I shall see, oh, look, I got 5%, which I would feel bad about, except I only did 5 points worth of material. So that's actually perfect for the two things that I did. All right. So it will grade stuff automatically, which is nice. If there's an issue, send me an email. But hopefully you'll see a grade there that you like. And yeah, that's it. Now, you're only going to get one attempt, one submission. So make sure you take care of everything. Go over that list of instructions and try to do them in order if possible. Some instructions may build upon something that was done in a previous instruction. But sort of take your time. You've got 2 weeks before this thing here disappears. So take that time, make sure you're ready when you do your upload, that you are done. And with that, you are finishing out all of our Word unit. All right. So if you have any questions, email me, brian.baker@fresnocitycollege.edu. And hopefully you have a great time. Good luck on your practical exam. All right. Bye-bye.